I don't understand. Did you guys see that last night? He said, it happened to me on Sunday. I'm like, it's supposed to say it's showtime. I don't know how that disappeared by itself.
It's magic.
It's show business.
Yeah.
It's
shit happens.
We're gonna be here for an hour and everybody is
right. So how are
Megan,
you guys
thanks for tuning in. Yeah.
How are you guys?
Doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm very, very honored to have you guys here. I was professing my love to Kristi before we were on. I said I love her whole persona. I love the whole vamp thing. Anybody that watches my show knows that I choose vamps over anything.
That's right. That's right.
So I kind of have a little woman crush.
Okay. So Taryn, why haven't you contacted Sebastiaan to get your own fangs and to become part of the clan?
I think we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. That's such a level up, but I'm not.
Mr. Kyle Mangus. Is it Mangus? You know? Kyle Mangus. He's a cutie. Hi.
Yes, he is cute. Yeah, actually, he runs White Hill Mansion.
Hi, Kyle.
I just thought I'd throw that out there, you know.
Hi, Kyle.
She wants to suck your blood.
Yeah.
I
don't have my fangs on tonight, though.
Hi, Kyle. Hi, Kyle. I'm a bear. Hi, Kyle. I'm joking. I've been married.
Thank you both so much for coming on.
Yeah,
you're so welcome. We're honored to be here.
Our haunted lives, right? So let's just start. You guys can start wherever you want to start. I want to know, and I'm sure people that really don't know you guys, you know, just how you guys got started, and then how you guys came together. I definitely want to talk some vamp stuff for sure, and you know. And our haunted live stuff, what you guys have coming up, and you know, some of the cool places you've been and what you've done. Let's just dig in.
Do you want me to start, Kristi, to kind of like give
David, go ahead, please.
Well, no, I mean like just kind of like the cliff notes of how we kind of started and things like that. Well, tell people how you found me, because we kind of put out the bat signal. You know, of like, hey, does anybody want to investigate? And then go ahead.
Yeah, because we're so close to one another, and we didn't. I guess it was a thing where it was like, oh my gosh, we're like 2 hours away from one another, and I was at that point in time, I was working with the Wraith Chasers and Ghost Hunt Weekends, and I'm still working with them, but it was no place close. And COVID had just started, and David and I just happened to pawn each other on online. And David asked if I wanted to come and do an investigation with him, and I was like, "Well, yeah, you know." And I met a total stranger. Him and his partner at the time met a total stranger at a
parking lot of a grocery store.
Yeah, parking lot of a grocery store. And jumped into this big old truck with these two big burly guys, like, I'm good, let's go, you know? And
like when you look back, you're like, wow, I was brave, and I didn't even know I was brave.
Well, I'm not known for doing things that are, you know, real smart, you know? So I just jumped in the truck with them, and we ended up going to a house that we thought was the right house, but it wasn't, and it had a trespassing sign up there, and before you know it, we're being yelled at by the owners. So I mean, our first venture together was absolutely amazing.
Well, it was amazing because we were getting stuff inside the house. You know, where we were at it was kind of in the middle, like not too far from where you were at, Kristi, and stuff like that. So I think it was like about an hour from your house, about an hour from my house. And we just really started talking to locals. It's something that I really like to do when I get into an area of just, you know, stopping to get a drink, talking to the convenience store person of like, hey, do you know of any like local hauntings around here? What are the ghost stories around, you know, about where you're at? And this one guy's like, and I've never heard this phrase before. He goes, "You guys are looking for boogers."
What?
You know?
What?
And I was like, yeah. I was like, what? He goes, "You looking for ghosts?" Yeah. He's like, "You looking for ghosts?" And I was like, yeah, you know, we're
boogers,
we're
ghosts? Okay.
yeah, we're kind of, investigators and stuff like that. And so he told us about this place of where we were going to go. And so we went there and we were getting some really good stuff. But the really great thing is when Kristi went into the barn, which was full of 1,000 wasps.
And I jumped down right in the middle of them.
She didn't get stung. She didn't get stung.
Not by one. And I shit you not, there were thousands of them. And I jumped down in there. Of course, I didn't know it till I jumped down in there that they were there. But I didn't want to act like a sissy.
So
you know, so I just like, guys.
Oh my God, I would have probably shit my pants.
Like an army of wasps in here, and they're like, get out of there, Kristi. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. There's this cool bottle over there. It looks like an old medicine bottle. I want to get it.
Oh, I would do that. See, then it's like, what do you do?
But
I went and got the bottle.
Yeah, and so we went back inside the house, and we were getting some really good stuff. Hi, and I just want to say, Rich Roselle, go Eagles. And so we're doing stuff, and Kristi is doing some stuff with kind of like was it pendulum board? Yeah, pendulum board and things like that. And Kristi, can you tell the part of when I just started pacing back and forth?
Well, yeah, he does this thing. Of course, I didn't know it then. I know now that sometimes if he'll get a little anxious about things or just feel like a little something. He's David's not a psychic medium or anything like that, but he every once in a while he'll get some intuition things, and he's like he's coming home, he's coming home, he's coming home. And he kept saying that. And the next thing they know, that's when the pickup truck drives up.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh wow.
And we're thinking he's talking about, oh, there's a man, there's a ghost that's about to come in, because I was picking up on a woman and a child, and that there was domestic violence in the home. And I was getting all kinds of stuff.
Oh, so he's coming home. You were thinking like he was picking up on like the anxiety of
but it but it ended up being a fleshy.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Fleshy who wasn't too happy of us being in his house.
Yeah, and I went outside to try to smooth it over. We're just investigating for spirits. Don't you want to know what you have in your home?
You're doing what?
Yeah, you're doing what? And it's like,
get out of my house. Okay, we're out, dude.
Oops.
That is so crazy.
So we went to the wrong house.
Yeah, and it really started to flourish after that, but I was extremely terrified of Kristi when I first met her. And I'll say this now, and I'll say this until the end of time. Kristi has real power. She's working on it. But like when I'm around her and like Alicia, Cosmic Divine, and Patti Negri, and they're all together and things like that, I'm like this. I'm looking for quarters on the ground. Because I don't. There's just power. I don't want to be turned into a frog.
You were a vampire?
Oh, what's that?
Vampire.
Yeah, and vampire too. Well, I support vampires. I'm a black swan, but
yes.
But it's one of those things, and we really progressed of things that kind of went through, and we nice. We kind of went through some things, and hey Jay, good to see you. We kind of went through some things of our progression of becoming friends and things like that. And finally, I started getting into the podcasting thing or the talk show, whichever one you want to call it. And my partner at the time said, "Hey, I can't do it. I'm sick tonight." And Kristi came on, and we had really, really great chemistry. And the show really, really took off like through like Apple and stuff like that. And I was like, "Hey, let's do this." And she's like, "Well, I don't know." And Kristi, you can continue.
Well, that kind of wasn't really my thing. I was, more. I like to be out in the field. I like to travel, and I had never really done too much as far as being behind the camera other
Right.
than filming stuff, but interviewing people. And David has a degree in or studied broadcast. And so I'm like, I'm I'm going to look like a total idiot getting on these things and trying to act professional. And, because that's just not my personality, so, but
I mean, I think you guys would kill it.
well, see, the thing is he's total one way and I'm total the other way. It's like
Yeah.
David's the L7 and I'm the wackadoodle.
And for everybody, draw an L and a 7 and then put them together and you'll understand what it is. I'm not going to tell you. It's a square.
It's a square.
I love it. An L7.
He's the square.
I'm learning new words. L7 and boogers are
There you go.
Yes.
This is good to know. But you guys balance each other out.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
Kristi really has, a gift of gab, and she really is knowledgeable about a lot of things that I'm not knowledgeable in. So to have a really good balance of a show, yes, I can do a show and she can do a show. But when it comes to like techie things, when we were interviewing like Ron and Lourdes, it's okay, let's talk about this. And Kristi can go into how you contact the spirits and things like that, or go into ancient history or Wiccan or vampirism or anything that she wants to. And that is her cup of tea. And that is so awesome because she backs me up on that. And of course, I'll have questions, but
David's the tech dude and the UFO dude, the cryptic dude. And, so when
Hi,
you
Brian.
put us together, hi, Brian. When you put us together, it's like a plethora of different topics that one of us knows something about.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's so if you notice our guest on Our Haunted Lives, they're going to be a variety.
And that's good. Variety is good.
Big variety. It's not just stuck on one thing paranormal. Oh, thank you, Jay. It's not, one thing paranormal. It could be, let's talk about witchcraft. Let's talk about demonology. Let's talk about, how to use a K2 meter or, it's just, it's all over the place.
Yeah. That's good. That's good because it's like and that's what I like to do as well. I've had probably some pretty, borderline. I mean, a lot of people probably would have not watched it, frowned upon it, but I wish they would have to learn. I had a Satanist on, and it's not all what it's.
People don't. Yeah, we had like
what am I doing?
top Satanists on there. Yeah, but
oh no, sorry.
The thing of it is people don't realize Satanism is not the worship of Satan. It's like. Don't judge until you know what
and that's
it
what
is.
I'm saying. So that's what I like to do too. So I totally get it. Where you guys you like to get that education and knowledge out there because a lot of people that are just enthusiasts or they just love the paranormal or they love it's the TV shows is all they see, right?
Sure.
So they have
and everything's a demon.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I know. And people need to know this. That's not what it is. That's not what it's like.
Well, Patti Negri really just kind of nails the head on it. Of what it's sometimes it's just grumpy ghosts, and they don't want to be bothered, and so
angry spirit, or they were an angry evil person in life, so they're gonna be angry and evil and death.
Yeah, and I can go on the tirade
Deanna.
of how I feel about this, but I won't do it. What I will say is that if anybody on YouTube has proof that they've actually come in contact with a demon, please let us know. Send us the footage. Our website's out there. Okay.
I would love to have it.
And I would love to have it. And I will put you in contact with somebody who is the premier demonologist in the United States.
In the country right now.
Yeah, and that's Carla Johnston. Okay.
Carl
And
Johnson, and he will tell you in the 40 plus years he's been doing this, how many times, David?
Yeah.
5. He
Mhm.
can count it on one hand the times
recorded.
that he believes
Yes.
Right.
was truly demonic,
And they were
according to
sponsored by the church also.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah. And hey, man, get your views, get your money, make that paper, dude. Okay. But I know for a fact it's not a fucking demon on your video.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Pardon my French.
No.
Okay? And
Hey.
anybody can come at me if they want to. That's fine. I have thick skin.
They're just angry. They're pissed. And they like to spirits and ghosts, and they like to have fun too. And it could be somebody like me. Like when I die, if I want to have fun with somebody, I could go up to somebody and start acting all evil and going, "Rawr, I'm a demon."
Right.
And just to see how they react. I mean, I would laugh my ass off in the spirit world watching these people run. It's a demon.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah. That's what I said.
Sorry, I went off on a rant. Sorry about that.
No, I agree with you.
It's just very passionate to me about when people, they're in a forest and it's a, they hear a branch fall and it's a demon, and they run away. So
right.
But Ron Parrish, I agree with you. Every haunt is not demonic.
Right.
Rarely is it demonic.
Demonic.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
See, look at that. I got all flustered.
Oh no.
Calm down.
But
sorry, it's the techie side. It's the techie side of like, okay, there's nothing happening here. The temperature is not going up. Nothing's happening here. And then all of a sudden you see somebody just run,
yeah.
Where's the video footage?
I
don't see anything.
Right. But see, and that's the problem. Like, this problem, like, I'll go live during our investigations, but there's like, what happens on an investigation. You guys are sitting in the dark.
Nothing.
Talking or doing discussions, talking about I'm hungry, like what do we got to eat, and nobody, there's no support there for some reason. They want to see all that fake phony.
Yeah.
That's why you edit your videos down to get your views and things like that.
Well, that's what I mean, Chris and Mike with the Wraith Chasers, when they were doing haunted towns and ghost asylum and all that, they would tell me how they could be on location for a week just to get a 45-minute show to put up on Travel Channel.
Yeah.
And or whatever channel they were on then, I can't remember, but it would take that long just to get, and those guys are on the up and up. There's a lot of people out there that will make it Hollywoodized. That's what I call it, Hollywoodized. But these guys are really on the up and up, and they're not going to make anything up. They're not going to, make things happen. So, but they would be there for a week, and sometimes some of the shows had to be canned because they didn't get anything.
Yeah.
So,
and listen to how, like, that's just so ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they just are forcing and trying to make it fake, and it's making it gimmicky. What I mean? And
right.
And that's what it is, and that's why when I was approached by pardon me, I'm going to pay some bills here. That's why I was so happy when I was approached by ParaFlixx. It's a good segue anyway. Of the shows that we do have on there, yes, they are edited. Yes, they are edited down. But we have some really great documentaries. We have some really great teams that work really hard for what they're doing. And it's the grassroots of the paranormal community, of things of okay, these guys are in Canada. Here's, Expedition Entity. Here's the Nightmare Project in Arizona. Yeah. Night Watchers. Yeah.
Night Watchers in Australia.
Yeah. In Australia,
Oh yeah, I love them guys.
All things being said about that. And yes, it might be a little bit more boring because they don't have the, mass production that the Travel Channel has or anything like that. That's really, really kind of brought up. But a lot of the shows on there are really, really good. and the evidence is really, really good too. And you can interact with these people also, of just finding them on Facebook and going, hey, Larry from Expedition Infinity, I was watching your show and I saw that this was this. What were the conditions before and then after you got this?
Right.
And he'll interact with you. I mean, you can send something to, Chelsea or Dakota or something of Destination Fear, and they might like it, but they're not really going to interact with you that much. They might interact with you at a con or something like that.
Well, to speak out for Chelsea and Dakota and them, actually I had the pleasure of meeting them and partying with them in Atlanta, and it was absolutely amazing. But you know what? If I was as big as they are, I probably wouldn't be communicating with them
no,
anyway.
but you know what I'm saying, Kristi.
You can't get to people, because it got there for a little while that you go from nobody knowing who you are and then starting to get a name for yourself, and all of a sudden people are coming out of the woodwork, messaging you and constantly messaging you, and it's I hardly even check my messenger anymore because it's just too much.
It's getting crazy. It's getting really crazy for us, which is really weird.
I have to really go through, and so like if you ever send me anything in Messenger and I don't respond, don't take it personal, because I have to go through and check, and sometimes I don't have the time to do it.
She gets like way more than me because I'm very selective, but I still get some stuff. Like there's somebody sent something today, like, I have a podcast on a witch if you need readings and just like that. And I can make sure that your life goes really well. And I get this stuff from,
it's like, no thanks. No
like
thanks.
People from the Illuminati, they're like, do you want to be rich? And I go,
well, no, see, he gets cool ones. I get the ones.
No, but I get that one. I laugh about it. They're like, do you want to be famous and rich? And I said, well, I'm already both. Wink, wink. Well, I'm rich, but I'm not famous. But
well, see, I get the weird ones, like
well, because you're so much better looking than I am, Kristi.
No, this one is like this girl. My birthday's in 5 days. The next day, my birthday's in 4 days. Next day, my birthday's in 3 days.
Oh wow!
So it's like those type of things. It's just time consuming, and it's like okay, so when it gets to be your birthday, what am I supposed to do?
Like, well, were you supposed to be doing something every day? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but
I have no idea.
I'm not saying I'm not grateful, because I am very, very.
It's fun to interact with people, but I understand where they're.
Sometimes people do go overboard.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I have people contact me to come on my show, and I had somebody on my show a couple of years ago, and I learned a valuable lesson from that. When somebody contacts you, look into the person.
Sure.
Because, I took what he said as the Holy Grail,
right.
And I had him on my show, and midway through, I just got this gut feeling that he was not a good, that this was not good.
It was not a good thing.
And I reached out to one of my very good friend, Kenny Biddle, and I said, you need to help me because something ain't right. And we both investigated it and found out everything was a lie. Like, I mean, just like
bullshit.
It's the worst.
So I get people now I'm like leery of it, right? So I get this one guy, he messaged me, he's like, I want to come on, and he's saying all this stuff, and I said, so well, where's the link to your page? I want to see your group and stuff, and I go on there, and he's talking about charging private homes $1,500.
What?
And if you're in he was like in South Carolina, and he goes, and if I have to drive to North Carolina, it's $1,700. So I said, I go back to him and I said, okay, I just looked on your page. Let me get this straight. You charge private homes to come in and help them? And he goes, he went off on me. He's like, I got fucking 8 kids. I said, here, how about this? He goes, no, he says, I have 8 kids and one on the way. I said, why don't you get a vasectomy? Because you need to stop having kids if you can't afford to take care of them, and you're charging these people.
You chose to have that many kids.
I am money for not coming on my show.
Wow.
Anybody that's going to charge. Now we were up, and David and I were up in Boston doing Mass Paracon with Sam. Sam Balatrusas, and there was a lady that was having problems in her home, and you could tell she was sincere.
Mhm.
You could tell, we tried to help her out as much as we could. And she said, would you, be able to come into our home? And I said, well, we don't live around here. And she's, what would you charge? And I'm like, oh, we don't charge. See, that's the thing. We don't charge. But the only thing, if she was really wanting us to come up there, all we asked is, to just a little bit of travel pay,
Yeah,
and a place to stay.
Yeah.
And other than that, we're not going to charge.
Right.
It's
I
don't think people should charge, other than travel fee, and if they want to donate, if they want to do something like that, that's totally up to them. But somebody that's going out that is saying, I charge X amount to come and do a walk around of your home.
Right.
Hey, I'm just gonna pour some Morton salt around your house and everything's okay.
Yeah.
My goodness. Right. And
Everything's good. Where's
you.
my cash?
I got one better.
Okay.
I had a guy email me who was a talent agent for somebody, for this other person, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, would you like to have him on your show? God, I still, like, I read it and I'm like, is this real life? Like, what is happening?
Yeah,
right?
audacity.
So what they do is they scout for people who have had incubus or succubus
Experiences.
events.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And so if I had one and they contacted me and they say, listen, we want to use your story. Right. So I would have to pay them to take my story. This is in the whole thing. It says we take
I knew that's where she was going with this.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Then they take that story and they reenact it. So there is a male and a female reenacting this incident that occurred.
Okay,
right?
and please explain to your viewers. I'm sure everybody knows, but explain to your viewers what incubus and succubus is, because that makes it even more hilarious.
And then
was this on Cinemax?
Wait, and I would have
Cinemax.
They have my story, they reenact it, and then I would have to pay them to be able to see my story be reenacted. Now,
were they smoking crack or something?
Do you know how many times I read it? I said, what am I missing? Like, what is happening? Is there a paragraph missing? Is this cryptid? I'm like, I don't even know what is going on.
What is in their head?
I mean,
I can't right now.
It does. It happens. You can have sex with ghosts. It does happen.
I mean,
Oh my
look
God.
at that movie. Scared the shit. It's the scariest
But
movie
to
I've ever seen.
reenact it and for you to have to pay them.
And let's talk about that for a second. Okay, like you said, an incubus and a succubus. For most people, 99.999% of people that have gone through that is not something
not pleasant.
Right. They don't want to relive that. They sure as hell don't want to see two people act it out. That is not going to be anything like what happened. Let's be honest. I mean, the ghost.
Yeah. Now, would you get to pick the person that played you?
That's probably cost extra.
What is going
now,
on?
like, if I could get like Angelina Jolie to play my part, then I might pay for that.
Oh my God.
And Jared Leto to be the guy, then I would definitely pay for it.
Kristi's like, yeah, here's $1 million. Get out of my fucking way. Hi, Jared.
Get Jared Leto here. Paraporn, yes. Paraporn.
It was. I couldn't believe it. I said, "What has the world come to? Like, this is. I can't even. Everybody is trying to use the paranormal field to exploit it, and I'm like, wow, and like."
Well, you do know that there is a story that succubi and all of that are vampires.
They're feeding off energy.
I mean,
yes, they do, and they feed off. They pull off of. So there is a parallel between succubi and vampirism.
Didn't know that, but it makes sense.
Yes.
And just a real quick message to everybody. If you're going to do something or you're getting involved with somebody, please make sure, and Taryn, and we found out also, about what people are about. And sometimes, I mean, geez, we can tell you about the Vegas Paracon, which was just
you know what? I heard that person's doing a different one in another.
Well, he was, but he's done. He's done.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was like,
he's done. He owes everybody who was there money.
Yeah.
Yes, I did hear about that.
But
hey, but we had a great time though.
Incredible.
It's had an incredible time, but
we were like so not. we were there, but we weren't. We're like, all right.
That's how I am at every event. I don't care where I'm at. I am a social butterfly. And
Kristi, let's get out of here. And she's like, you want to? And I'm looking around and like, no one's here. Yeah, let's get out of here. Come on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's
go.
go.
I could never have a table there. I could never do because at any event, because I'm just all.
It was so fun. We were just. Kristi was doing her own thing. My friends came up from Arizona, so I was kind of hanging out with them. Kristi was going everywhere. I was going everywhere.
That's
and then
so awesome,
finally,
right?
for the last 2 days, we just kind of, we were there with I love you so much, Alicia. I love you so much, and her husband Roman, and we went to like the Honda Museum, and went to El Gordo Tacos, and just had an incredible time. It was so much fun.
I got handcuffed by a prostitute.
Okay, so if you go to Vegas and you're walking the streets in Vegas, okay, there are going to be these people who look like they're showgirls.
Oh.
Okay. Very attractive women, and on their rear quarters they will have Vegas on them, and you can say, hey, can I take a picture? And you take a picture, and then next thing you know, they just start shaking you down. Yeah,
they handcuffed me, and of course I'm laughing my ass off, and
this is funny.
I didn't know what was going on. I was like, David, take a picture. Take a picture, because these girls are half naked.
Yeah.
It was cold outside, and then they had Vegas written on their ass, and they
Megan,
turned around.
Megan, Here you go.
Megan,
if you're in the know,
Yes.
They do that in New York too, by the way.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But see, I didn't know that it was going to cost anything.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
I saw my first pimp ever.
Yeah. Isn't it like, and I live right near Philly, but to see that, I'm like, I still go, oh, that's like, am I really that sheltered? And like, you know what I mean? Like,
I didn't know. And David's like, you know what that was? I said, what, a couple? Because they just passed us and we're going into a liquor store, and he's like, no. He said that was a pimp and his whore.
Women. Yeah.
His women. And I'm like, and I turned around to kind of look to see if I was like, how do you know? And he's like, you just know. I'm like, well, apparently I
know. No.
didn't
She
know.
wasn't wearing anything. I mean, she was wearing something, but she wasn't like wearing anything.
Wow.
So she was advertising. And plus, the thing that a lot of people don't understand about the Vegas Strip is the Strip is actually really kind of cool. You can walk up and down there and feel pretty safe. Okay, but once you get to the end of the Strip, or if you look across the street, oh, nice.
Wow.
Look across the street from the MGM Grand. It's really not so nice hotels right across the street.
Yeah, kind of like there's like a border or
yeah.
over
And
here.
so where we were walking to, it was just, let's get our stuff and get out of here. So
right.
I need my 2-liter soda. So
And then also, and I had a guy hitting on me, and I was like, God, this guy is really cute, and I don't look good right now. I don't have my makeup on. I don't have anything,
Oh, Kristi, you're so horrible.
And I did not realize that there's men prostitutes.
Did you ever have like when you like be dressed up and stuff and people didn't, and then you show the fangs and they're like,
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I get that a lot when they see the fangs.
Yeah. Then she has the clingers. And then that's where I need to step in. If
David had to step in a couple of times. Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. That's such a good relationship, friendship to have. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I mean, it's really attractive to see somebody like that, and very, very exotic, and you know, really, really kind of Kristi, you know better than I. You're the vampire, but
Right.
but it's
Oh no. If I was walking down the street and I saw, I'd be like, whoa.
yeah. But then
okay.
there's just some people who just like keep coming up and saying, "Hey, can I get this for you? Hey, can I get that for you?" And at that time, I'll just kind of nudge in and just kind of be the buffer. And Kristi can have a good time. She can do what she wants, and then, you know, like I always say, I'm 6'7", 280 pounds. So
Yeah,
you're
he's
not,
a big boy. So
you're not coming between me.
so it's like if I give him the look, he knows the look.
And we have the sign, which is the universal sign of any woman who's in trouble. Of this, close your palm and close it. If you're in trouble, that's what you can make to let anybody know. Or if you're in a bar, if you're it's open hand, close the thumb, and down like this, you're in trouble.
Like you're making the letter A in sign language.
Yeah. And then also, if you're at a bar
like
and somebody is really, really, really kind of really bugging you, you can tell the bartender to ask for an angel shot, which is just a shot of water. And if he's a bartender worth of salt, he knows that you're in trouble, and we'll get the bouncers over there. So we're big advocates.
Learn
for that.
something
Thank
new
you.
every
That's
day.
awesome. I'm learning. Okay, I learned about boogers.
Yeah.
And the language of help.
Yeah.
The language of help in a situation, in a situation.
Yeah,
situation. And L7.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You learn all kinds of
there
stuff.
You go. Look at that.
And Black Swan. You didn't pick up on that one. David's a Black Swan.
Well, you need to talk to Kristi about her vampirism.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
To that.
Well, what do you know?
And I also want you guys to talk. I know it's like so. Just so you guys know, I know I didn't tell you guys, but they do have to leave a little early because they have a show at 9:30. So you know they do have to leave a little early. So we're trying to like cram a little bit. I mean, a lot of it into a little bit. So because I also want you guys to promote our haunted lives and stuff. And
sure.
You guys are
yes, definitely.
Yes. Let's talk about vamp because I love it.
Okay. What do you want to know?
I mean, like, I'm fascinated. Like, I didn't know there was a vamp ball. Like, I would be walking around like the total, like.
Right. Well, Endless Nights, it's a organization that was started by a man named Father Sebastiaan. And he's been, actually, Megan, I'm neither one. I'm what you consider a living vampire. Sanguine is a vampire that consumes blood, and it's only about 1% of the vampire population. It's very few people. Energy vampire depends on if you're talking about the new style energy vamp or the bad one, or the psych vamp or energy vamp. Yeah. Energy vampires are people that just, if you ever been around a person that you just feel like you're so drained and tired after you get done talking to them, it's basically they have drained your life force.
Yeah.
They have sucked everything out of you. And there's some people that know that they're an energy vampire, and then there's those that they don't know. So it's the ones that do know that they are and they do it anyway. To me, is that's invading somebody's personal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Invading their selves. You're taking energy from somebody without getting permission. So
yeah.
But yes, I do feed off of life force. I do. I don't consume blood. I don't recommend it to anybody.
Do exist. I knew
it. But I do feed off of energy. So and it's just, but Endless Nights, Father Sebastiaan, he has, the NOLA trip. I'll be at this year's NOLA. He has them in Tampa. He has them in LA.
You're doing 3 or 4, aren't you, Kristi?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be going
what if I showed up, but I wasn't all vamped out? Would I be?
You don't have to be. There is a dress code, but you don't have to dress up as a vampire. You can dress up in, a ball gown or look like you're coming in as Marie Antoinette, or you can go in looking like you're a S&M BDS, with all your leather and it's be who you want to be. or
Yeah.
be who you would like to be but have never been able to
I
be.
like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So
So,
fun.
but I'll be going to LA in 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, for the one in LA, and then they got one in Tampa, got one in Vegas, one in NOLA. Yes, some people go naked, but they do have to have little pasties on
Yeah.
their boobs and cover up at the bottom, but it gets pretty bare. Yeah, it gets pretty bare, or they can have
Aaron, you get naked all the time?
yeah.
I mean, not all the time.
They can, I've seen girls in a fishnet bodysuit with nothing else on, but like little pasties on
Yeah.
their ninnies.
Like, listen, my peaches, I room with them wherever we go, right? And they're like, I don't care. I walk around. Yes, they have seen me naked probably every like they probably see me more naked than they've seen their kids naked.
Right?
I
Nothing
don't
wrong
walk
with
around
that.
events. I don't walk around events naked.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's
It just
nothing
means
wrong
that
with that.
you're confident with yourself.
Absolutely. I think I've seen Taryn naked more than I've seen.
What goes on behind Peach's doors? There you have it.
I'm allergic to clothes.
Oh, where did this go?
I know.
Yeah, it did. It kind of went south, didn't it?
It's really,
I came in at the
yeah.
right time.
Sorry, Tom.
Talking
Yeah,
about naked. Hey, this is Tom's world, and we're
yeah.
talking
And
about nakedness.
we're
Yeah,
just
right?
living in it. So no, the whole thing of when Kristi really introduced me to of her being a vampire and being a black swan, which is, I don't follow vampirism or any of their beliefs or anything like that, but I do support it in every way that I can. And
Yeah,
I
That's
a
like
do,
black
black
swan is
swan.
anybody like a boyfriend, girlfriend, a family member that is not in the lifestyle but supports it.
Mhm.
And then you've got white swans that will degrade, put down, people make
Oh,
fun of.
yeah.
So, in which
Mm.
I've got a white swan in my family, and it's
But
very difficult.
Kristi has so many little minions around of like when we go to different places, like when we go to Salem to VamPfangs and your little puppets there.
listen, I already said I'm a fangirl, okay? I don't know
No,
if that
no,
makes
but
sense of the
he's
equation.
like, oh my God, Kristi. Like he looked at her. So we're going to VamPfangs, and we've got Patti Negri, myself, Kristi, and Kelly. And so so Patti Negri's in there looking around, and the guy's like, Kristi, what's going on? So, no,
Yeah,
but he's a really nice guy. So
yes,
he's
really
awesome.
nice guy. Yeah, VamPfangs is awesome. If you ever go to Salem, you have to go to VamPfangs. I absolutely love that store,
Yeah.
and I love all the brands that they sell there. Got their earrings on right now.
There you
Got
go.
several stuff actually.
I love
Love
it.
it. Yeah,
It's a
So it's
really great
lifestyle.
store.
yes,
Yeah.
it's a
No,
lifestyle.
Love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
and then there's books by Sebastiaan, the Black Veils. They're like tenets that you go by, just like kind of like the 10 Commandments, or thou shalt not, blah blah blah. But it's how you live your life and how you treat others, and know they cannot make the things in the same day.
get them done by Sebastiaan.
Yeah,
Contact
Father
Sebastiaan and get them
Sebastiaan.
done by
Or
Sebastiaan.
contact me and I'll show you how to get in contact
Yeah,
with them.
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to be wrapping up pretty
Oh
quick.
yeah, you guys got
Yeah.
it going. Darn it. All right, so let's talk about Hona Lives really quick, what you guys got coming up, where people can find you guys, and all that good stuff.
Okay, well, you can find us pretty much anywhere, all of the social networks, Facebook, Our Haunted Lives, Twitter, TikTok, Kristi Grissom. Look up for me, and my what is it called? Email address is
Yes.
kristiparanormal@gmail.com. And then David, go ahead.
So we have a lot of things going on this year. This year has been a really big breakout year for OHL. In May, we will be at Haunting of the Mill Paracon. We are sponsoring that. That is the 14th through the 16th. And that'll be down in, I should have wrote it down. Actually,
I can't think of the name.
Hold
I can't think of the name. Yeah.
on.
Got a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be March 24th through to 26th. Sorry. April, we will be doing a co-event with the Wraith Chasers in Holton, Kansas at Hotel Josephine. We will be putting up a flyer right now. I know Mike and Chris released that today. They'll be doing an event before. I'm not sure if we're doing that event with them on Friday, but I know Saturday we will be at Hotel Josephine. We'll be at Trevette Clinic with Al Castello and Dr. Mary Barrett. Dr. Barrett is doing all these events. So if you just go to our page and see of all the events that we're doing, we'll be back at Mass Paracon in September with Sam, and just give us a follow on our page. And, I'm sorry, like when I tag everybody, if you don't like it, I apologize. We don't do it all the time.
Yeah.
We just do it like once every 2
For
weeks.
major events.
Yeah, for our
Major
show and
things.
stuff like that. So I apologize. You can follow our show on ParaFlixx at ParaFlixx.com. You can go there for a 3-day free trial. Okay, no obligation to just really check it out. ParaFlixx.com. If you do like the channel, you can put in OHL25, which will give you 25% off. Which is a really Hi, Jamie. Which is a really, really great deal for everyone. There's everything from investigations to music videos to movie shorts to movies to talk shows to international shows. So it's really good. Geez, we are busy beyond belief.
That's awesome, though. That's good. I'm busy too. I know.
Yeah, we're like booked for
I'm
the
not
year.
too busy. I'm just busy, like with
Well,
Right.
the really cool.
stuff I got going on.
Yeah, the really cool thing is, with Raven Paranormal Events, who we're working with and Dr. Barrett of Jennifer Lee of Raven Paranormal, we are going to be able to investigate the Omen House, which is going to be incredible.
Yes. Yeah, we just interviewed David Oman last night.
Yeah.
And it'll be out in a couple of weeks, but I am super stoked about going to
Okay,
his
Jamie wants me to tell a dad joke. Are you ready?
Oh no, tell a dad joke.
Okay, here we go. So, Kristi, no, I can't tell that one.
Why not? Oh, I've got one. Can I say one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never get to do one. Okay, what's the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts?
What would that be, Kristi?
Beer nuts are $2.59 and deer nuts are under $1.
All right, that was awesome. That was great. All right, Kristi, you ready? You ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Ready.
So, Kristi, I'm an animal lover, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I just got a couple new dogs to go along with the cats.
Okay.
Things are going okay. Do you want to know the dogs' names?
I'm afraid. I'm very afraid.
How about you, Taryn? Do you want to know their names?
Yes.
Okay. I named them Rolex and Timex. You know why?
Why?
Because they're watchdogs.
I'm going to throw something through there.
Taryn, you ready for one more? Just one more.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Taryn, so I went to, no, hold on. Taryn, what do you call the security guards in front of a Samsung store?
I don't know.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I did. Okay, and that's it, show.
I love everyone. You can come see me anytime. I'll be on Facebook and appearing at your local comedy center.
All right, in 30 seconds, because I really want to know this. Somebody asked this question, and I want to know too.
Sure.
What is your favorite fiction? I want to say movie. vampire movie.
Vampire movie. Well, Nosferatu, of course, is one of the best as far as the older ones. But I am gonna be okay. I'll admit I love True Blood and I love Vampire Diaries. I absolutely love it. But and I do love the new series, Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah,
I do.
really
I
good.
was really worried about them not staying true to canon, but I really have enjoyed it. And
you like Interview with a Vampire?
yeah, that
it's
and of
really
course
good.
Lost Boys. Who doesn't like that? And there's one other one, Lovers Alive. I can't remember the name of it anyway.
Kristi should really watch this one. Let the Right One In. It's a Swedish movie about vampires.
Yes, I've heard about that
That's
one.
my favorite vampire movie.
Yes,
I love that movie.
See, I love like there's a lot that I like. I love even Blade. I love Blade.
Right.
Blade. I love I love all that stuff. So that's why I'm happy that you share. And Brad Pitt, I don't care what anybody says. He's been my number one since Fight Club, so he can bite my neck and suck my blood out of my body all he wants.
That's the way I am with Jared Leto.
Good-looking man. He's a good-looking man. And if you're a dude and you can't admit that he's a good-looking dude, then there's something wrong with
Jared Leto is in Morbius.
Yeah. Jared Leto's pretty good-looking too. Like
he's 51 years old and
he looks like he's
plays 10. In Morbius, and he's so ripped.
Yeah,
it's like.
Oh yeah, those are good too.
Yeah, Underworld's all right.
All the Underworld movies. Yes. Love them. Love them.
All right, everyone.
Yes, Karen, you guys gotta go. You guys gotta do a show.
Karen,
I love you guys.
Thank you so much. We hope we can do this again with you anytime you need somebody to come up and just jibber jabber. Yeah, let us know. We'll come up and have some fun, and we will reciprocate.
Oh, yes, it's so biteable.
Yeah, we will reciprocate and get you on the show to get you on all our lives and really kind of promote yourself also. I want to give a shout out also to Robert and the guys from PD Region Paranormal. We love them. We've worked with them so much. And they're just incredible. Brian, Robert, Andrew, Pops. Geez, the list goes on and on. Yeah,
they're my big brothers. I love them.
Yes.
So we hope to see you soon and everything like that, and we'll keep in touch. And everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you guys so much.
Have a good show. Mwah. Love
you guys. Bye.
That was good. They were awesome. I still wanted to continue to talk. I have so much more to talk to them about. They're just great. They have good energy. I love them. I love the whole vamp thing. I am an enthusiast, but I do love it. And I think it's awesome. So thank you guys for joining us. And yes, Megan, all about that. I want to look into that stuff. Next week, I have a good friend of mine, Mark Skygle, coming on. We're going to talk Gettysburg. And that probably will bore a lot of people, but we are going to talk Gettysburg. We're going to talk about ghosts. And I really, really am looking forward to having him on because he's a very smart person that knows a lot of stuff. And he knows he's a reenactor, so he knows a lot about Gettysburg. And so, yes, Maggie. Yeah, that would be cool. But so join me next week. And then, I have Jeff and Chris Kaiser coming up. They're actually doing an event that the Peaches and the Brew will be at in April. And then I have Sarah V and Rob from Get Haunted coming on, and we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about all their good, fun stuff coming up because they're great. They are great, awesome people. And we have a bunch of investigations coming up too. So hopefully I'll get to go live at some of them and you guys can check stuff. And I'm going through evidence from some of these investigations we've already been on. And I got some EVPs and stuff. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with everybody as well. So there's a lot coming up for the Brew. I just want you guys to, keep you guys, with me and I thank you so much for being on this journey with me. April 1st will be 6 years for the Brew, and I'm so proud of it. So I love you guys for all your support. and I will see you guys next week, hopefully. With that, love you all.